Yeah. Hey, what's good? What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is, man. Another episode of That's the Way Love Go. It's me, your host, Maury Savage, KG Williams. And as always, man, I got my boy Big Bro with me. Big Dre with me. Say what's up to the people, Big Dre.
What's going on, people? How's everybody doing tonight?
Everybody know what this show is about. It's about doing things the right thing, doing things the right way when it comes to relationship, getting rid of all toxic behavior, not bullshitting around. And for the people out there that's single, we got some advice for you too. And how I always do when I do my show, how I always do when we do the show, basically, I bring some friends along the way. They help us with the lessons they learn, and we tell some awesome stories. So as always, man, let's go around the bend. First off, starting off with Tierra, tell the people what you got going on.
Hey, what's up? It's Tierra, mother of two teenage girls, and just here to share my advice and my history and what I've learned and learn from other people.
Okay. And of course, man, the lovely Bree, you feel me, always doing something special in the kitchen. Go ahead and tell the people what you got going on.
Hey everyone, I'm Bree. Like he said, cooking is kind of my thing. So starting a catering business, getting that up and running, and just going from there.
Okay. And then last but not least, man, I always call him the golf forward, the man with the master plan. What's good, Conway? How you been, bro?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, yo? I ain't too much, bro. I ain't too.
Man, I'm good, man.
How everybody else doing?
Okay. All right.
About to get pumped up on this shit, man. We gotta go to the moon on this.
Oh yeah, man. Because it's getting ready to be like that. All right, man. Let's wait no further. Okay. Tell me, how would you deal with this? Because as always, man, this show is about talking about every possible thing that can happen in a relationship. So how do you handle a situation where you've been in a long-term relationship and your partner start getting sick and ill? You feel me? Can you deal with the pressures of that? Because some people, they can't handle those situations, and they will sometimes do you dirty and leave you. So my thing is, you feel me? I want to know, how do you handle it when your person is dealing with that sickness or illness, you feel me, or leading to death? How would you handle it? Well, you can go first, Tierra. My bad. That's me. That's my fault. That's my fault. Go ahead, Tierra.
Yeah, I mean, if whether we're married or not, I mean, if we're in a relationship, in a marriage, the goal is to be with the person in sickness and in health, right? So I will work through it, help them wherever I can, wish for the best outcome, but wherever they need my support, that's where I will be. And like you said, if we was together a long time, like, repeat the question again.
Yeah. It's basically, how do you handle situations like this when you're in a relationship for a long time and your person comes up with a sickness or illness or leading to death? How would you handle it? Because I mean, maybe you probably because women are caring. So well, you basically explained it already, but I just asked you the question again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would help them out wherever I need to help with, whether that's taking a leave of absence from work so I can go to doctor's appointments with them. Because, the more sicker they get, the less they're going to be able to explain to me what's going on. So I'd rather be there with them at the appointment so I can hear what the doctors are saying, hear what the outcome is, and hear what the prognosis is. So, yeah, I would definitely be supportive, try to support them through that. And like I said, wish for the best outcome.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. What about you? Were you up next? How would you handle a situation like that?
I mean, I think pretty much what you said. Just being supportive, being there, the best way that I can be, the best way I know how to be. Doctor's appointments or whatever. Like, I've never personally been in that situation. And if I do find myself in that situation, I would hope that I would be able to be, like their backbone or support, taking in everything that needs to be taken in, because sometimes when someone's diagnosed with something, they might not process everything fully. So just being those extra ears to make sure I'm hearing everything, making sure we're implementing what needs to be implemented. I've never been in a relationship where someone was sick, but I've been with someone who, had a parent that was really ill. And so, just kind of being the person I am, just stepping up, helping where I can. And so I definitely would be that for my partner. I'm like she said, through thick and thin, sickness and death is always sickness or death, come death, whatever it is, to be there.
Okay. And the reason why I came up with this topic because there's been people who when that sickness was happening and all that shit, they damn near died with their partner because they couldn't cope with that situation. So what about you, Conway? How would you handle that situation?
I agree with the ladies for real. Like, you shouldn't, like, if you're trying to get in a relationship, you gotta be there for whatever comes. Like, if you really sitting there and y'all doing boyfriend, girlfriend, planning on being husband and wife later, like, if she becomes sick or he becomes sick, you're supposed to take that ball and help him. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, because you get sick doesn't mean that you're not going to heal. You know what I'm saying? So if you just throw them in the trash because they get sick a little bit or something out of the norm, you're supposed to be that crutch. You know what I'm saying? Keep them in good faith. So I would just basically do that same shit, bro.
Yeah. And a lot of times that's like a test from God. I feel like that's like a test from God to actually see if you can make it through something as strong as
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, it could be a test to let you know that person not the right person. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cause you gotta think about it, like
Yeah.
having like with the women having kids, like my lady had could have died giving birth to our kid. You feel me?
Right.
But I stood there with her. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever come out of it, I was gonna have to live with that responsibility anyway.
Right.
So you might as well just deal with that shit. And something I'm going through right now, she ain't never leave my side. So
Right.
I wouldn't yeah, I wouldn't do that shit
Okay.
either.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes that love
Well,
factor,
what about you, Drake?
can
You feel me now that you
can be the healing.
Okay. What about you, Drake? You feel me? How would you handle that situation? You feel me? You and your lady in a long term relationship, and she start coming up with a sickness, death, something like that. So how would you handle it?
I mean, if you truly down for the person, of course you won't stick through it. You think it thing, you know what I mean? I mean, just because somebody catch an illness or get a sickness or anything, don't mean you should be their side, especially if that's your significant other and y'all down for one another. I mean, because things happen in life. I mean, it could be you one day who might get sick or something, and you will want your significant other to stick by you
Mm-hmm.
and not leave your side. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard. It's going to be things that you had to adjust with. But I mean, if you truly love that person, then that's only right. I mean, to do right by them.
Okay. Okay. What about you, cuz? You feel me?
Yeah, I agree with everything everybody said, man. You deal with somebody, you mess with them, man. You don't run out on them soon as that something happened like that. You take care of them and do what you're supposed to do. Is that that they other half, and which we talking about marriage or just
Relationship and
just
marriage.
I mean, marriage is that them vows, thick
Mhm.
and thin, sickness and health. If it's your girlfriend, I mean, you fuck with her, you still supposed to look out for and take care of her, man.
Okay. And like I said, besides one of the reasons why I came up with this topic is because of people who will be their partner will be sick, they wind up getting sick too and dying with them. I've seen a lot of time on Steve Welko and Judge Mathis and all these TV shows where when a girl's sick and going through something, a nigga go cheat on her. Why is she in the hospital? Why her life on the line? Things of that. So I just always found that weird. I always just found that weird. Like when a person is at their worst, you feel me? You thinking about busting one off. You thinking about your private part or some little fun that you can have and all that shit. And I mean, it's just bad. You feel me? I would never leave somebody sick on a deathbed, hurting real bad to go get my own selfish pleasure, especially marriage and definitely in a relationship. I wouldn't do that at all. I mean, that's hella crazy for real. So the people who be doing that shit, man, you'll think about it, man, because you wouldn't want, like how Dre said, you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. You wouldn't want nobody to leave you out there in the cold. You feel me? So how I feel, man, always have somebody back when they down like that. All right. Topic number 2. You feel me? I was talking about this with my homegirl months ago, and I figure I ask y'all now.
Somebody.
Yeah,
Shit, I know a little homie
could
going through that right now for real, yo. Like he dealing
Oh
with a
yeah,
girl
for
and she
real.
just found out that she had
Question.
lupus and he don't know what to do. You heard? I told him y'all
See what I'm
been
saying?
about for
See what I'm
4 years
saying?
now. You feel me? She got a kid. Your
Yeah,
kid only know you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stick through that shit. Even though lupus don't go nowhere, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean that she's
yeah.
gonna wind up dying tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I know a person that had lupus for 20 years now. You know what I mean? And they older, so that don't mean they gonna die tomorrow.
Right.
Okay. Now I got a question for everybody, and this a huge one. This one definitely. I want to see how calm with you. I'm gonna let you answer first on this one. You feel me?
What?
Could you hold out and wait if your partner went to jail for 5 to 10 years? Could you hold out? Could you hold out? Could you hold out? I'm gonna go. Conway, Bree, and then Tierra, and then we gonna answer. So Conway, could you?
I
5 to
don't
10.
even like
Could
how
you
you
wait?
asked me to say that shit first. I ain't gonna hold you, yo.
My bad. My bad.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. 5 to 10 years?
Yeah.
Man, if it was me, I'm telling her, like, I ain't saying go fuck, you know what I mean? Like, go get another boyfriend or nothing like that, or another husband or nothing. Like, I'm coming home, but you gotta go in and get laid down, cuz I can't fuck you. And he might as well go. I might as well know that you gonna get fucked and not be one of them dumb niggas in jail. Be like, my girl out here being faithful and niggas is running her. So I already know if she did some shit that she got 5 to 10, first she crazy as shit. And secondly, you gotta know that I'm gonna have to fuck something because I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna have to fuck something. At 5 to 10, that's why I can't believe that nigga Pat Poof. I'm like, this nigga wild.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
then hold on, they got married, and then he was able to keep going back into the jail and getting it. Everybody don't get that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You know, no conjugals over here. They don't do that shit in Baltimore, nigga. That's a rap. So yeah, I'm fucking something.
Oh, I thought you get it every day.
Nah, I don't think so. Nah. So, what about you, Bree? I mean, because a lot of women they tend to be celibate, and not have sex for a long time. So
It's even beyond
could
this.
you wait
It's
5 to 10 years?
beyond the sex, though, right? Like beyond sex, I couldn't do it emotionally, physically, like mentally. Like you're missing intimacy. Period. So I mean, and I'm someone who needs that. I need intimacy. I need that connection. I need to be able to talk to you when I need to talk to you. I need to be able to connect with you when I need to connect with you. How I want to connect with you. So 5 to 10, I'm with him. Like you did something that at this point in my life, like it's a hard no. So, and I ain't even gonna say I'm gonna wait for you. Like, oh yeah, we together. You know, when you go in, but when you go out, I'm gonna be here waiting for you. I can't guarantee that because if something else come my way, like I'm not. I ain't gonna be like, no, you just a slide, and I'm gonna wait for my dude to come home. Nah, it is what it is.
Okay.
Missing your blessing.
Exactly. I ain't gonna miss my blessing because you effed
that.
up.
What about you, Tierra? Could you wait to 5?
It's a hard no for me too. It's a hard no for me.
Oh wow.
Only because if you did something that's worthy of 5 to 10 years, then that's the reason alone for me to leave. So that alone, before we even get to the sex part of it, you did something worthy of 5 to 10. I'm done. I'm done.
Damn, you not even waiting. Well, can I add marriage in there? Even with marriage, you're not waiting 5 to 10.
Why do we?
Yeah, because I mean, if you did something for 5 to 10, then I mean, I ain't know who you are. I didn't know you. I mean, because if I'm married to somebody, I didn't think they would do something that would warrant 5 to 10 years. You see what I mean? So once you do that, like I have a homegirl of mine. She was married, but she didn't know her husband was like robbing banks, and he got 15. It's a straight divorce. It's a straight divorce. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, sometimes, yo, I ain't gonna lie. If you do, we married. That means I ain't do my motherfucking job to make you not have to do something to give you 10 or 15. Like for real. Like if I ain't do something that my lady had to go out this bitch and she caught a 5-piece, a 10-piece.
Well, that's different. That's different because you're taking the blame for it. I'm saying if he was the blame. You're taking the blame in that situation. I'm saying if he was the blame, he out here robbing banks, or he done killed somebody and he got 15, or something like that. I'm done. No,
we done.
I'm done.
And it's not even like on no like. So if you kill somebody on some self-defense, like somebody running your house or somebody try to, you know what I mean, get you on the shit, you do whatever.
Then you wouldn't get 5. You wouldn't get 15.
I'm trying to find a good way of trying to find a good way.
No, because if it's self-defense, then you should be able to get off of that. You should be able to beat that charge.
I'm trying to figure out what a woman could do to get 5 to 10 and me to stay.
Same shit a nigga. Same shit a nigga. So my next question.
And I ain't gonna lie, being a nigga, don't stay with me, baby. When I come home, be fucked up. So I ain't gonna be able to give.
That's what I'm saying. When they come home, they're not even gonna be the same person when they come home. They're not even gonna be the same person when they come home. 5, 10, 15 years. No. I can't do it.
They're gonna be rehabilitated.
Home from jail and don't even need to use soap.
You said rehabilitated? No. No.
They need to be rehabilitated.
Yeah, that's not gonna make you a better person. Being in there, it's not gonna make you a better person. Mm-mm.
So would you want him to wait for you though? I mean, let's see if you're fair with it.
No.
Let's be realistic. Why would I want you to wait for me, knowing in the back of my mind that you're not gonna wait?
Right.
So why do I even set myself up for failure?
Okay.
Right. That doesn't even make sense. I agree with her.
So what y'all saying is girls be lying when they say they be waiting, holding that man down, or you believe it's
yes. Yes. I think they be lying.
I mean,
because like she said, if somebody else come along that they're attracted to, they ain't gonna say, no, I got a boyfriend in jail.
Even if it's not sex, right? It's entertaining a conversation. We talking, we vibing. Like it's still a form.
Right in the back of your mind, you got that 10 years.
Yeah, like so. No, I can tell you. No.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
And I don't know no woman that truly held their man down. Even in saying it, truly held their man down. And
bless you, cuz.
Yeah, bless you. Truly held their man down and was completely faithful the whole time.
No, I don't think that's possible.
It's not.
Unless I'm getting a coming in jail to bust her down 2 times a week, then I might not have to do shit outside. What you talking about? Are you crazy? Ain't nobody waiting, my nigga. I haven't seen nobody do it.
All right. So what about you, Drake? You feel me? Could you hold a girl down for 5 to 10 years?
I'm not gonna be faithful.
You'll still be
No, I mean, I think it's unrealistic to expect. Even me, if I was locked up, say I was doing 5 to 10 years or whatever, and I had a girl, I wouldn't expect my girl to not have sex with nobody for 5 to 10 years. I'm just being realistic. Now, as long as you're doing right by me, sending me money, yada yada yada, and then when I come home, we good. Then it is what it is. Now, I mean, I'm gonna accept that it is what it is. You know what I mean? Because I know one thing: if you doing that much time, hey, I'm sorry, baby. For you didn't even expect a man to go 5 to 10 years with no sex. Like that's crazy.
You're right. Yeah. So, and you said you wouldn't expect your girl to wait. So, what about you, cuz? You feel me? Would you wait? Would you wait?
I ain't. You out here fucking up in these streets, committing crimes and doing whatever the fuck you did to get 5. God damn, 5 to 10.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying.
She do to get that.
We ain't even talking about she got, something light and shit.
Even if y'all been together like 10 years already.
No, that's a wrap.
Damn.
You I ain't fuck it up. Shit, you fuck this up. I ain't do nothing. Hey, if you want me, stay cool with you and all that, I can't make you no promises. Yeah, I mean, 5 to 10 years, that's a long time. Hey,
But that is because yo,
I'll write you, yeah, man, and that no wow, I ain't even gonna be coming up there to come see you no more.
Cruddy as shit.
I agree.
Nah, for real, because even after a while, them letters is gonna fade out too. For real.
Yeah, the letters you're gonna stop writing letters too after a while.
Niggas ain't gonna keep waiting to
lie.
press zero.
That's a long
I
time.
think the only way that's
can't
really gonna
lie.
work, yo, you truly would have
And
to
then,
be.
and it's gonna be the calls or the letters and shit that's gonna go one before the other and shit.
The letter's gonna stop first, and the call's gonna go from picking them bitches up every minute to, damn, you missed one. Yeah, I was busy. To I went from I'm busy to, yeah, man, shit, things happen out here, man. Say them bitches don't get picked up no more. Like the fuck.
Once you get up under another female, you ain't gonna be thinking about writing her.
And hello.
Yeah, so I'm be totally honest, man. I ain't got no fault in this dilemma. In that dilemma, if it was to happen like that, you got 5 to 10. And if it was the other way around, it'd probably be like on some movie shit where the dude be in a situation and he try to break up with the girl to try
Before he go in,
to try to make sure to try not to keep, you know what I mean, because he know. He don't want to keep coming up there and all that, and then eventually, like everybody, it's real life, man. The movies don't happen like that, but real life, she gonna stop coming, and all that stuff gonna stop. They'll slow down at least eventually or whatever. So I would just go ahead and cut them off, like, man, like, yo, I got 5 to 10, man. Like, go ahead and live your best life out there. You know, I appreciate it if you check on me every now and then, you know, see how I'm doing or whatever and shit. But you know what I mean, I can't expect you to.
If y'all meant to be, y'all hook up later when you come out.
Right. Hey. Yeah. If I come out and you single in 10 years, god damn. It's possible.
It's possible. Nigga body change.
It's possible. Now I think about it. Maybe females might be willing to do it because there's a lot of dudes in jail that got girls on the outside.
Yeah.
They be coming home and they be having actual girlfriends when they come home and shit.
And they met them while they was locked up. And that bitch is lonely.
But I'm just saying though, so if it's a bros that's willing to do that while a dude already locked up, it gotta be bros willing to take care of you before. I mean, that was willing before he got locked up.
Yeah, because I'm like, what about the people who get married in jail? You feel me? Every time I heard that, I always thought that was strange.
Like love during lockup and stuff like that. They crazy. You ever watch that?
Why am I marrying you in jail? What am I wasting my time for?
Right. That's what I always wondered.
Why you doing that?
You gotta think about it.
Like he said, it's for the conjugal visits.
Like for the male point of view, right?
I was going to say,
like, you know, that's really no benefit for me.
If a man being with his girl regularly, right? Like
he
spend money and shit and all that, and then we get something in return. Sometimes we don't look at it like you paying for pussy, but we paying for pussy. So I'm sending you fucking money to what? Get fucking yoo-hoos and shit, bitch. Like what we doing? I gotta talk to you and you faking like moaning and shit. Nah, we not doing none of that. You probably not getting your pussy ate by another bitch anyway. And she gonna say she ain't cheat.
Hey, you never know in jail now, yo. You know what I mean? It's a couple bros that's popping up pregnant in jail.
Oh yeah, them transgender niggas.
Yeah, I remember that shit. He was the man. He was the man. He was
tearing them up.
Well, for me, I would just get mine out of the way. I wouldn't even want a girl to wait for me. You feel me? Go ahead, do your thing. I would be thinking that's selfish. You feel me? Really wanting you to wait for me and all that. And I just couldn't imagine me keep daydreaming about you and wondering what you're doing, having that mind game played with me. So let you go and be free. Yeah, and plus, while I'm locked up, I don't even want nobody to know I got a girl where you can get disrespected because, you know what I'm saying, niggas make jokes. She's sending in pictures, nigga probably do it. So I would just go ahead and avoid all that drama and problems. And for a girl, yeah, I'll wait. You feel me? I'm one of the good guys.
Yeah, right. Stop, you lied to your he already got the cap on. Look at him. He already got the cap on.
Hey, man. It's like, nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Nah, I couldn't wait, man. I mean, I'd go with you and do how Dre was saying, like still be in a relationship with you. But I mean, I would hope you would let me do my thing and We wouldn't have to ask questions about it. I promise not to get nobody pregnant while you locked up and all that. So yeah, fair trade. It was fair trade.
I'm not even going to cap like I'm gonna be in a relationship with you. There's no point. I didn't say that. I just said
right. You just
That's what I said. I said I wouldn't get nobody pregnant. That's what I said.
So you ain't saying you're gonna use a condom with everybody. You just
I clearly said that I would make sure I wouldn't get nobody pregnant.
Oh, you're gonna be the pull-out king then.
You feel me? We're gonna leave it as that. I promise you, I wouldn't get nobody pregnant. I wouldn't even expect you to be with me after that, too. You feel me? I think I broke the law doing that shit.
You can't even promise
Man,
that.
she better still be with you. She behind bars. She needs you, nigga.
Yeah, you right. I mean, hey, well, Drake got a point right there.
Things happen.
So bitch, you still want money on your books? Shut your ass up.
I wouldn't carry it like that.
You want your book?
Unless you heard.
He robbing on that.
Yeah. All right. Next topic. You feel me? We're gonna start with you, Dre. Could you be in a relationship with a woman? You feel me? That's in the army. You feel me? You already know they get deployed at any time. Could you be in a relationship with a woman like that? That's good money. They look good and they can fight. Would you be in a relationship?
I don't think I could do it.
That's
a hard relationship, yo. For the simple fact, yo, at any given moment, like you said, she can get deployed, and then she might be dead. Mm-hmm. And then, I ain't gonna lie, right? I got family, a lot of family. And they tell me how them women get down in the army, like, yo.
What you mean?
They be running through them. Like, it'd be like say it's a platoon of like 30 people. Out them 30 people, it might be maybe 8 females. But them 8 females having sex with all the other dudes. Like, they just going back and forth, just having fun with each other. So I would be worried of that. And then the fact that, she gonna die. I mean, even though she did die, I would come across some money. But, I mean,
so you wouldn't.
I don't know. I had to think about that. I don't know.
He's thinking business. What about you, Tierra? Could you be in a relationship with a guy that was in the army? That's in the army.
I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. Kind of on the fence, because it could be a situation where he wasn't in the army when we got together, and then that happened. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. About that. It's not a hard no. I would not prefer it, but it's not a hard.
What about you? Okay. So what about you, Bree? Could you be in a relationship with a guy that's in the army?
I can't say yes or no one way or another. I think it would depend on how it starts, and kind of go from there. Like, I just think there's just so many factors that go into it. So I think it just would depend on what the foundation of our relationship is, how strong it already is. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say yeah. I would just weigh the pros and the cons in that situation. Like, I feel like if it's a situation where we're young and this is what we already kind of have the understanding of, like, I've seen, even within my own family, that working. But I've also seen within my own family that not working. So, it really depends.
Okay. Good answer. What about you, Conway? Could you be in a relationship with a woman that's in the army?
It's almost like you're going to jail.
You probably ruined it.
It's almost like you're going to jail, cuz.
That's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not, because you get to talk to me whenever you want to.
Sometimes you get to move with them to another state, wherever they stationed at.
That's the thing.
Sometimes you get to be with them where they located, so it's not the same.
Sometimes I don't want to be in them fucking weak ass Hicks towns. Like, some of them places, they be in Boise, Idaho and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they move around frequently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like a whore. Like, I just feel like how whores move around. I feel like that. It's like, no, I don't know. I don't think I would. My grandfather was an army brat, and I see it that motherfucker had so many kids of different States and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Rolling Stone.
and then my brother was in the Marines, and he said the same shit Dre said. Like, they was just clipping them joints, like, because nobody else is there. So it was like,
See?
like it's not like you fucking somewhere. It's like you're on a college campus. No, you don't. Only thing is you don't go nowhere, and you're around these girls all the time. And some of them be like they ain't choosing because some of them have husbands or some of them have boyfriends that they think gonna be around for a long time and shit, and they just be doing wild. Some of them wind up getting pregnant and shit like that, but I don't know.
Next
Like,
up,
I couldn't
next
do
up.
it.
All right, cuz it's on you. Could you be in a relationship with a woman that's in the army?
See, man, y'all. First I ain't know, but now it's a definite no. Cause y'all gave me some stuff to think about, man. I had to think about it for a second. Like, you know, they go away for time at periods of time or whatever, man. And I mean, I'm just a firm believer that, girl, man or woman, if you ain't around and they're around the opposite sex, it's proximity. So I mean, I can't just sit there and just be like, all right, she ain't doing absolutely nothing for months at a time. Like, I don't know, my mind just don't work.
Because you don't think she's focused on the war?
Yeah. She holding the rifle. Yeah, she holding the rifle.
Some of them not even fighting, bro. Some of them just there to cook.
Bang.
And getting smoked with an extra egg.
But no, man, I couldn't. I mean, like her being fit and in shape. I mean, I was thinking about that, like from the physical aspect of it, but I couldn't just be sitting home like, hey yo, where your girl in the army and shit. Like it just, I'd be thinking about my girl legs being all up in the air, all the soldiers, all types of soldiers marching on.
Soldiers marching up in the
yeah. Like
desert in the desert.
Like something out the cartoons or something, I'm gonna go with no.
Bring a new meaning to desert pussy.
Well, that's a good one. That's good. That's a good one. Hope it ain't dry. Dry by the time we get back to it. But I would say this. First of all, before I get to my point, Dre and Conway ruined it because I was thinking about because I ain't gonna lie, because y'all women play games and I don't mean to go off something, but because women play that 90-day rule shit, make it look like they really don't be having sex. I assume because you're going over there to handle business in the war, you're not thinking about penis because your life is on the line. Technically, you go overseas to go use the bombs and grenades.
Sex don't stop because you blow it up and shoot your
motherfuckers. How could you think about penis at a time like that?
Might bring y'all closer together. What if the dude save her like
save her life? Oh man,
superhero movie shit.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan shit.
And they look into each other's eyes at that moment.
That's possible.
Man, you gone.
But for me, the obvious reason I just couldn't be in a relationship and you probably die or something. That'd be the main thing. I ain't worried about you getting hurt, losing a finger or arm. Nah, hold on. Let me take that back.
Hold on.
One leg.
Come back in a wheelchair.
One leg.
Come back in a wheelchair.
I mean, us niggas always next to shit. I probably would hit it see if something changed. I probably
wheelchair
would hit
no
it just to see if it would
still gonna crank her, huh?
I mean, we can't. God damn, yo.
She only got one leg, so she's more flexible now.
Be crazy.
I mean, yo, I ain't gonna lie.
You had to lift up so she'll smother it in the
pit. And then I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't imagine eating with her leg like that. So
one leg, yo, got whole feeling.
You ain't got nothing in your way. This is nothing but a nub right there.
Yeah.
Ew.
And don't eat put your hands with the nub.
Hey. See, that's why my
I ain't gonna laugh at
all
that
these chicks just went on
Hit on side of his head like.
I said to the left, nigga.
See, and that's exactly
Love
what I
hitting
answered.
shit out your
Y'all going to
ear.
hell. I'm sorry.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Love
That's
rubbing
them.
a
That's
nigga
them.
ear.
That's Gary.
I at least said I give her a chance. They clever. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
All right.
Hey, yo, you gotta think about that movie, yo.
Okay.
Remember that movie? That army movie when
What's
the nigga
that?
had went to the army, came back, and his girlfriend was fucking his brother, and he had a baby and by him
I
and shit.
seen that. I seen that movie.
When I seen that, that was a
I ain't never
strong
seen
no.
I forgot about that. Yes.
They thought that nigga died, bruh.
Oh my God. That's. I mean.
Your brother done
They
took your
thought he
whole
died.
life.
I mean, how
They
they think
thought
he
he
died?
died.
What he
And
stopped
only
making
thing he
phone
did
calls?
was
Say that, yo.
that nigga thought about his daughter and wanted to get back to his daughter and his girl. And when he got back in there, the brother opened the door and she had another kid, bro.
I mean, I seen a lot of movies like that where
Boy, they was already
something like
they
that
was
happened.
already smashing.
Oh,
Because he
man.
kept going and he was in the army. Yeah.
Anyway, topic 4. Yeah. That I mean, if you're doing that, if you keep going to war,
Yeah, you're away, man.
That's
And
hard.
when you're away, the mice will play. So,
Your brother looked just
yeah.
like you.
Hey. Yeah. Some people say that's the same thing. That's crowd.
he called it your brother uncle such and such, but they live together now and shit. That's good. That's
All
crazy.
right. So topic number 4.
Mm.
You feel me? A lot of times people was cool with like being in long-term relationships without nothing big and major attached. So is being married overrated nowadays? Because you technically this, and I'm not saying this is my answer, but I've heard people say this, and I agree with it that what's the point of getting married? Because all I gotta do is the same thing in the marriage: not cheat on you, keep take care of you, keep being faithful to another thing. So why do we need a paper and walking down the aisle and make it even more official? So I mean, we see it nowadays. Is being married overrated? You can go first, Tierra. Is being married overrated? You feel me? Because I mean,
as a person who's been married twice before, I think there's benefits to being married, which is why people get married. Financial security if the person died. There's rules like if you've been married 10 years, you get their Social Security, stuff like that. That financial benefits that people take into consideration. Where if you're not married and you're with somebody 20, 30 years, they die, you get nothing, right? So I think people have to look at it in the long term, not, But you said it's overrated. I would say no, it's not overrated. I think it's still what it's supposed to be. I think people take it as a joke now, because they don't get you married or not, they still gonna come after you. When I got married, Al Pastor said we didn't need to exchange rings because the way you carry yourself and the way you talk to people should say that you're married. You don't need a ring on your finger to say you're married. So I don't know. I don't like I said, I don't think it's overrated. I think it's still a sacred thing.
Okay. What about you, Bree?
It's one of the guys and didn't come back.
I agree with that. Well, go ahead, Chris.
I mean, I was married before, man. I don't want to say overrated because it is benefits to it, man. I mean, you get a. I mean, no.
Nigga, say what you want to
Yeah,
say.
nigga.
I mean, really, when you boil it down, it ain't nothing but a ring, and the title, and that's on a piece of paper.
You never heard the saying that if I'm not married, I'm single. You never heard that before? If I'm not married, I'm single.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it again,
That's
though.
a fact.
Like,
See,
so I guess it is. I mean,
that's your truth. Speak it.
I can't. No, I couldn't do it again. Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely. I would say, yeah, I would have to say it is overrated. Yeah, like,
ain't nothing wrong with it. That's your choice.
No, I was thinking about it, but I can't. No, I can't go back to it. Yeah, I can't do it.
Nigga
Yeah.
crazy. You can't go back to it.
No, man, it's and
You haven't
not
met the
even
right
the
person.
experience was totally. Yeah, you got the right person, then you good. But when it's not and it don't work, then you kind of be like, nah, I don't know.
Some people make you want to get married, though. It
Go ahead.
depends.
Definitely overrated.
All right, so what about you, Conway? Is being married nowadays overrated? Because, like I said, a lot of times nowadays people cool with being in long-term relationships.
If you're saying nowadays it's overrated, and the only reason why it's overrated
Yeah,
because people scared to commit to something. So when people scared to commit to something, they always come up with an excuse of making something that used to be a norm seem like it's not important anymore. For me, I still think it's important because at the end of the day, for me, we not married yet, but she's still on my life insurance. Because at the end of the day, for me, it's like if we was to break up or something was to happen to me, she's still the mother of my 3 daughters. So, and I'm not jumping in no motherfucking relationship again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a Bing John. Like this the last hoorah. But I definitely want to marry her. And on top of that, like because it's something that I haven't seen really outside of my grandmother and my aunts and shit, and was born in the 30s and 40s and shit. Like everybody else, when they get married, they get married because of the children. So it rushes it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's not overrated. It's not overrated. It's just overrated to people who's not ready to fucking commit to something. Not saying you even, KJ. KG, like this nigga, like what?
No, I ain't taking. Hey,
No,
man,
But no, for me, it's just like, yeah, I just feel like, yeah, yo, you just if like she said, if it's the right person, you might do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She did it twice. You know what I'm saying? So it's never a time limit on it, but it is a business when it becomes a marriage.
Yeah.
Like you both got to be able to go into this marriage and better each other financially, mentally, physically. You can't go in a marriage and shit only one person strong. That shit never gonna work.
Yeah. And not only that, I think people have a different mindset when they get married. You know what I mean? Like people would treat you different if you're their girlfriend versus if you're their wife. 2 different things. It's not the
Right.
same.
Yeah, that's
Cause
how
you got people that be like, yo, now that we married, I'ma do the shit that I didn't do when we was fucking just in a relationship, a regular relationship.
Right.
Then you got people that then not become themselves, and then the person that was with you, y'all got married. Like, what the fuck happened? Now we married, you turn into this whole gump and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that going around.
That's true.
So people get married and then become different people. Yo, that should be corny.
Yeah, man. Yo, believe me.
he said, "Go ahead, believe."
Just from experience, you don't change. Nothing change once y'all get married. It ain't no magic. Dust that
If
fall
it
on
don't
top of
change,
y'all, and now y'all
I mean, that's probably why it didn't work out for you. If it don't change, that's a problem. That's a
It's supposed to
problem.
change.
No, I mean, when I mean it don't change, is like we was already doing the same stuff. It wasn't like it was like
Right, but your feelings should change.
It's like it was good.
Your feelings should change because now you have even more responsibility. You know what I mean? Like this is your wife. This is the person you chose above everybody. So your mindset should change at that point. You see what I mean?
But
it's different.
See, well, because I had the experience, I'm gonna feel like that whether we marry or not. Because if I'm with you, then I feel like that anyway. Until we not. That's just me. So you know, I was just saying, like, when I say don't change, nothing changes. I mean, it's like no, I mean, you still kind of you can your words might change of how you express what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's still the same love that you had once you put that ring on or whatever. If you love her, it's still pretty much the same thing. Like that's why I was saying.
Yeah. But see, I think I multiplied about 10 when I got married.
I think he,
I multiplied the love by
I think
10
what
when
he
I got
basically
married.
trying to say is like the way how they picture. No, I'm saying what he trying to say is the way how people picture and glamorize marriage is as like when you get married, all of a sudden it's like Walt Disney now. It's all this happy glitter and all that shit. When the whole time,
No, we
you
know
feel
that's
me? It's the
corny.
same
That's
thing.
Oh,
not
no. I
realistic.
mean, no, it takes work. No, it definitely
Nah.
takes work. But I'm
So
saying
this-
you're more willing to put the work in if you marry.
See, look, this
But
how
you're
I
more
take
willing
marriage.
to put the work in if you marry versus when you're
Look,
single.
like
You
this,
know?
this how I take marriage. This nothing but a next level to the relationship, right? So when
Right.
you dating and shit, y'all feeling each other out. You had this little puppy love and shit, so you had this little butterfly in your stomach that made you want to go another step with her. Then you go to another level. Now y'all dating and shit. Now that feeling that you had when y'all first got together a little stronger now.
Right.
It's never the same feeling. If it's the same feeling, that's the wrong person. You might as well
Exactly.
snatch, shoot
Exactly.
another basket. You feel me?
Right.
And when you get into that relationship, when you actually pop that question, it should make a nigga feel like he great cry because you great give your life to her.
Exactly.
Oh no,
Not-
Exactly.
Here, tell you.
That should be a feeling you haven't felt with this person yet.
No, that's what I'm
Who's
saying.
in love?
But
Who's in love?
this is the thing. A lot of and like coming
just
from
think it's just
like hanging with a lot of people that is married. I've seen a lot of my homies who were just in regular relationships. Once they got married, that marriage actually looked better than it did when they were just in a regular relationship.
And that's how it's supposed to be. And that's how it's supposed to be. Like you said, it's another level, so it shouldn't be the same.
Now it went from we renting to now we brought this house together. Now we went from buying this house together. We both entrepreneurs. Now we putting some other shit together. Let's put this motherfucking nonprofit together, or let's put this business together. That's they the niggas I'm around that got married.
Exactly.
And that's what I see. And like I've seen.
And you ain't gonna do that with somebody you just dated.
But I also
you ain't gonna do none of that with somebody you just dated and you don't know if it's gonna last.
Yeah, that shit didn't work. And then that shit didn't work because that shit kept complacent to regular life. Like it kept being complacent. Like if I'm gonna give you my last name, shit definitely changing.
Right.
And that's how I look at marriage. Like I look at marriage like it's a step. And if that shit is the same feeling, the fuck we doing this for?
Exactly. That's the point I was trying to make.
So, next up, what about you, Bree? Do you think that getting married is overrated nowadays?
First, I want to ask KG a question. Like, before you got married, after you divorced, did you look back and see red flags that you ignored before going into that marriage?
That you ignored?
Oh, definitely. Before I went. Oh, you said before I went into it.
So right after you got divorced, you got divorced, right? And then you look back. Was there red flags that you ignored prior to even saying I do? Because if you ignored those red flags and there was some sign before you said I do.
Because it was something that happened and me and her had gotten into a real like a bad argument or whatever at one time. And I did kind of think about it and look back and was like, dang, that was the point right there where I really had a choice to be like, if I wanted to not to go through with it because we was already engaged or to go forward, and I did, and shoot, it didn't work.
Right. So like my point in asking that question is because you ignored those red flags. So you went into that marriage already knowing that there was some turmoil. So now that tainted your perception of marriage. Although you knew from the beginning, you question. And sometimes we don't hit that pause button before we make a decision. And so we make a decision not realizing that those decisions are going to have consequences that come along with it. And so now here you are, you've been married and divorced, and now you're like, yeah, that shit's overrated because of what I've been through. But if we learn to press the pause button, sometimes we will realize that situation wasn't for us in the beginning. Right. And so now here we are. Not to, just saying, because even my whole perception of marriage, I don't think it's overrated. I think we give too many benefits to people who don't deserve that benefit in the first place. Like as a girlfriend, sometimes we give wife privileges to our husbands and we don't know how to properly go through the process. Like my dude was saying, he talked about going through through the process, and sometimes we want to get to the final product without going through the process. When we go through the process effectively, and understand what marriage is a oneness, is a wholeness, is us coming together, is a vow that I'm not just taking between me and you, it's between me, you, and God. Understanding that my husband's supposed to be the man. There's so many different things that should be taken into consideration. But oftentimes we rush into these relationships with every man that I'm with. I want to push him. I want to make him better. I want to pour into him. I want to give him my all. Everybody doesn't deserve those privileges. Everybody doesn't deserve the best of me. And so sometimes just slowing things down. One thing that I've learned is I'm a giver. I'm going to cater to the person I'm with, but sometimes I give too much too quick without slowing down. And so I think that's why we are in a time where we think marriage is overrated, because we do get so many people that just rush into it and then they get divorced or they get married for the wrong reasons. They're pushed into marriage, whatever the case may be. So now we're in a generation where it's overrated. Why? Because we make being in these little relationships so comfortable. Why get married? Why get married?
Right. And that goes back to what KG was saying, that once he got married, nothing changed. But that's because you gave her too much as your girlfriend. Yeah. Right? Some of that you should have saved for the marriage.
Ignore those signs. Like if we pay attention to the signs, we would know what's for us and what's not. When you're in a comfortable relationship, like what's my man's name that's ready to get married to his girl? Conway. Yeah. He said, they've been in it. He's been doing certain things. You can hear the love when he talks about, every time he's on here. Every time I hear him, you hear the love. You hear the passion in their relationship. So when you hear certain things, and you see certain things, you're like, that's it. He recognizes and realizes, like, oh, that's my helpmate. Everybody, you're not everybody's helpmate. That's what's wrong with us. From a woman's perspective, we got to stop trying to be everybody's helpmate. God didn't pull me from everybody's rib. It's only one. Right. And so I can't give that all to everybody.
Right. Well said.
Ooh, okay. Now, go ahead with your answer. Go ahead.
Now, as far as the I can see what y'all saying. It being extra motivation. I'm not gonna sit here and say like it wasn't, because I carried that shit like she was my wife and not my girlfriend. I get that extra gear. What I was saying was more like your attitude and all that stuff. A lot of that stuff don't change when you get married or whatever, because y'all pretty much was doing the same thing before. Now, as far as it elevating, that's gonna happen with time. If I be with somebody for 10 years and we don't get married, I don't know about nobody else, but I'm gonna feel like we at that point or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna feel like we at that point where everything how I would feel about if she had the ring, I'm gonna feel like at that point. And that's just, over time, over a period of time, you're gonna feel like that with somebody. I'm gonna still have that extra gear. We was in the apartment to get a house, because no matter what, over time you want to do better. And I'm just saying, a piece of paper in the ring ain't gonna make you want to do that. No way or the other. For me, that's just my opinion, or whatever. Because I'm over time, I'm gonna try to elevate, and I could. Like I said, I get y'all point, about the extra motivation or whatever. Because somebody that you really care about, and then it's that, you like we getting married. It's that the extra level, like y'all was saying. They give you that motivation or whatever. But I just think it's the time. A lot of time. That go with that elevated too.
So what about you, Dre? Do you think getting married is overrated nowadays? Because you've been married before, and I definitely heard you say you ain't doing it again.
I ain't doing it again. To me, I think it is. I'm kind of in the middle. I think it is a little overrated, because me personally, I'm not saying I wouldn't commit to nobody, because the same thing, the same person benefits you could get being married, you could get without being married. You just gotta have a contract written up. So if you want to leave her, whatever you got when you die, whatever, she can still have it. She don't have to be. And what I'm saying is, I don't want the state and the government getting involved in my personal life. That's where I got a problem
I
at.
didn't like about that shit.
They
I don't
already
want the government
involved.
state getting involved in my shit. I mean, but I'm talking even more. I mean, yeah, of course they involved as it is, but even more.
I feel what you're saying.
Like, yeah, they got their foot in my door, but I don't want to let them in my house. So I'm saying, like I said, you can have the same perks and benefits, but you don't have to have that piece of paper. Like, you can even walk down the you can still have a wedding, but you just ain't got to go down the court. I mean, go get the marriage certificate. That's all I'm saying. So I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, because like I said, I've been married once, I've been engaged after that, and it's just. I just think people don't take marriage seriously nowadays. I think
See, some people make you want to do that. You know, you just gotta meet the right person.
They want the label of being married, but they don't want to do everything that comes along with actually being married.
Problem.
That's true. That's true.
They want the public to see, oh, look, I got a ring on my finger. Look at me. But they don't want to really do the work that it takes to make a marriage work. And that's why it's just, so I'd rather not put myself in that position again.
So your answer is yes, overrated.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question real quick for those who have been married. Did you guys do marriage counseling?
I understand
even if it's the right one, you just still up with it. You ain't got to get married.
Niggas do marriage.
Go say that again.
The niggas do marriage counseling, yo.
Say it again.
Yeah, I did marriage counseling.
You said yeah. You did marriage counseling.
I did it.
And see, I get what niggas saying, but from all right, like, so what I do, like outside of radio podcast shit, like you can, but when it kind of say you pass and this supposed to be your wife, on paper she ain't.
Right.
So now she just can't get your shit and provide for your kids and your house like you think she will be able to.
Right.
So now no matter what, that piece of paper stops her from that burden of grieving and now fucking had to go 16 extra steps just because you said you didn't want to fucking get married.
Yeah.
I see it every day. Motherfuckers get married, and then now you still gotta get the courts involved anyway, just to motherfucking take care of your life. Like, what I do, like I seen a lady come in there like, yeah, my boyfriend just died, blah blah blah, and you know we've been together for 20 years, woo woo, you know what I mean, and all that shit. I said, well, you gotta go to the means nothing. You can't get his bread.
Yeah.
And he had a nice fucking chunk of change that a lot of motherfuckers can live off from for a couple years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's what I do for a living. That's what I do for a living. I pay.
But did he have a will?
Huh? Even with a will, I'm gonna add this. Even with a will, with a will, yo.
You still got sponsor.
I wanted you to answer this too. Like while you answering the part about the will, add this part in there too. I thought as long as you sign life insurance on somebody and a will like Dre, you good.
No, the beneficiary form supersedes the will. Beneficiary form supersedes the will.
Yeah,
I work for the state. I pay out death benefits every day. Will has nothing to do with this.
So
the will has nothing to do with it.
Like if your daughter,
the purpose of the will is to designate stuff that does not have a beneficiary.
I'm gonna take
that's the purpose of the will.
But what I'm saying is, if your girl is going to be on your will, I'm pretty sure she's going to be your beneficiary as well too.
No,
false. That's false. So, that's not true. That's not true.
You got people who have their daughters, their sons.
Well, for me, I will have my girl as my beneficiary.
You got to designate them as the beneficiary on each thing: life insurance, job, everything. You have to designate them as the beneficiary.
Yeah, I know about that because
that 1%. I'm telling you that 1%.
That will is the last thing. The will is for your cars and houses and stuff like that.
I tell niggas every day that will mean shit to me.
Right.
Every day that will mean shit to me.
You said they still gave that girl the. Well,
look, I seen a person who had.
All you gotta do is make that person
that had like 200,000 in that checking account, right?
Right.
The daughter who wasn't her daughter was the beneficiary.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the will. that meant nothing.
The will means nothing. The will does not overrides the beneficiary form. You have to designate the person as your beneficiary on everything.
I seen a woman go from a condo to fucking HUD housing all last year, bro, and that's a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that comes from our lack of
I'm gonna answer real
knowledge
quick so
as
we
a
can go to the
culture.
next topic because the next topic is way more. For me, back in the day growing up, I definitely thought it was overrated. Back in the day when I used to hustle, one of my homeboys, Pooh, yo, his mother and father relationship was the best. They was one of those people that really came up out the hood, came out the slums, and stayed together, never got married, had a bunch of kids together. They was respected out the hood. It was almost like giving kingpin, queenpin vibes. And I was like, man, I want a relationship like that. Now that was then. Now we talk about nowadays. Now I don't think it's overrated. I mean, I think people do make it overrated because it be in situations where your marriage, people just thinking about that day. They're not thinking about the wed. They're not thinking about life after the marriage. They only thinking about the honeymoon and the marriage, and that's about it for real. So I mean, that's why I be feeling like it is overrated. But at the same time, it's definitely something I want to do. I want to make myself proud, the woman I'm dealing with proud, my family proud, the whole entire thing. I want to feel that experience. You feel me? And after, like I said, after wedding,
I can't lie.
Yeah,
it is a beautiful experience.
Yeah, you feel me? So I definitely, like I said, not just the wedding. We gotta make sure we get that out there a lot. Yeah, not just the wedding for real, not just that couple moments with that little bit of moments where you go on a honeymoon.
Another state the fuck.
hey,
what the fuck we doing? You could have did
right
that
on that.
without getting mad.
All right, now this one right. Hey, I'm gonna let you answer first, Dre. Now this one juicy right here. So go ahead and rub your hands. Like when a fly land on something, they rub their hands. Yo, have it ever been a time where the side piece was so good and you were stuck between wife and her or cutting off wifey? The side piece. Because there's been a time where the side piece. Yeah.
Hold on, you said was it ever a time you had to choose?
Yeah, where the side piece was stepping her game up, and you was like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point in my life I probably did do that. I had to, because especially when I was younger, because I used to have them in rotation. But anyway, now I wouldn't be willing to do that. Just because a female got good sex don't mean that the relationship is going to be better than the one I'm already in. Mm-hmm. And I also believe that if you do that in the back of that female mind, she always going to have that you're going to have a side piece. So that's not going to work because she was once the side piece, so she already automatically going to think, well, if I was the side piece, I know he going to have somebody on me,
or she might have somebody,
or vice versa. Vice versa. So that's going to be a problem. She always going to accuse you of cheating, even if you're not. Say if you really faithful to your side piece, or your side piece, that's your girl now, whatever. Mm-hmm. She always going to think that you are cheating, even if you're not. So that could mess up the relationship. But no, I ain't gonna do it. I would just. If I am going to have a side piece, which I don't, but if I am going to have one, I would just keep it around as long as I can. But I ain't necessarily got to make you my girl just because you got some good pussy. Because I ain't gonna lie, I've been in relationships before where another girl that I'm fucking pussy better than my girls. Like,
see what
I'm not
saying?
Gonna lie,
yeah,
but I'm still not gonna leave my girl just because your pussy better. I'm just not. That's not your pussy alone is not gonna make me fall for you. It's gonna take a lot more than just your pussy.
Oh man,
that's only gonna get you so far.
Oh man, and the reason why I say this because there has been people who left their wifey for the side piece. You feel me? We all heard the stories and know about it. So what about you, Tierra? I don't know if you ever cheated that because I don't want to put it if you did. But has there ever been a time where the side piece was doing it better than your other dude, and he was like, "Oh man, his jaw might be on the line." It could be how he treats you as well, not just the sex.
He said his jaw might be on the line.
You heard me say I was married 21 years, right? Twice to the same person. So no, I've never been in that situation. But I agree with him. Like the sex is not the only thing that's gonna take you or take me away from who I'm dealing with. I gotta agree with him on that. You know, but no, I've never been in that situation.
No. Okay. What about you, Bree? Have you ever been in that situation?
I've never been in a committed relationship and dealt with someone outside of that relationship, especially sexually. I'm maybe like been in a relationship towards the end of things before it officially ended, might have talked to someone else, but I've never been intimate with anybody else. Like I've always been faithful because I feel like if it's that to that point where I need to step outside of my relationship, what are we doing this for? So at this point we just need to go our separate ways. Um, I just I've never been in that situation. I think I've talked to people or dealt with people being single that maybe I've been interested in, but the timing wasn't right to explore that as a relationship, but not being in a relationship, entertaining someone else. And understand? So yeah, I feel like in that case, being single, talking to different people, whatever it may be, dating, it may seem like it's good, may be good, but the timing for a relationship might not be right for different reasons.
Okay. And what about you, Colin? Before we go to Gary, what about you, Colin? Before you retired, was there ever a situation
Yeah, you
where
got let's clean that up. You
almost
heard?
The disclaimer. Okay.
Yeah, you got right.
He was over there sweating like I'm about to enter this.
This was when I was younger.
This one getting out of hand. I didn't even see that one
That
on the list. I would skip that one. Now,
He pleaded
way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I had that little
long time ago.
long time ago, you feel me? I had a little incident like that. But it wasn't because her sex wasn't that. It was just she was taking niggas on trips cause like that almost showed me, you hear me? Like Cancun in the summer, I'm out there bitch feeling like a bad bitch, you hear me?
Oh man.
But it wasn't nothing like that. Though. It was it was a long time ago. That's when I'm gonna stop with that one. But yeah, it wasn't nothing like that. It wasn't the sex at all. It was just she did other things that shorty didn't want to do. Like she didn't even want to get out the city for real. But yeah, that happened on top of them.
Because have you ever been in a situation side piece start winning?
I'm quite sure when I was younger, man, because I used to have me a whole little book with numbers and stuff in it. So I was rotating and all that type of stuff. So I mean, not necessarily when it came to if I was girlfriend and boyfriend with somebody, but like I said, I'm quite sure I at least probably considered it when I had my girlfriend or whatever, and was doing whatever I was doing, and the other little chick doing that thing better than shit. I'm like, I'm thinking about some things right now, whatever. So I'm quite sure it probably did happen when I was younger. But now, nah.
Well, for me, yeah, I never forget it. It was when I was working down the park garage.
And hold on, let me throw my disclaimer in there. And of course, that's a long time ago. Back in the day when I was younger. Like I said, of course.
It was.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
That's crazy as shit.
Trying to get me in trouble.
I'm trying to like my man.
Lord Jesus, please help me throughout the rest of the week.
Yeah.
We joking. It's out here trying to get me in trouble.
We joking. For me, I was working down the parking garage. I had this Erykah Badu chick, man. I mean, the vibes was right. You feel me? And she had them lights in her room too. As soon as you close the door, the lights came on. You feel me? What's the lights that the kids be having in their room? You know what I'm saying? They go all the way around and all that shit. Man, shit was nice. She listened to a lot of neo soul music. We was always smoking. You feel me? She was putting me down with like the Ankh and all these shit and all
she
that.
Had the incense.
Yeah, could cook. You feel me? I mean,
was underneath
she
a
was
voodoo
always
for a minute.
eating on a healthy shit for real. Used to be.
Yeah. Hey, that's where I was just about to go with it. I was going to say she was putting you under a spell or something.
I ain't gonna
She
lie,
was working
man.
that magic for you, boy.
Man, y'all gonna laugh at this, man.
Had the candles and candles burning.
Y'all gonna laugh at this. Check it out. That shit was going so well. Man, I had to pray to God to disrupt that shit. Like, please, Lord, we gotta break up, cause I gotta go back home to light skin. But this is just so right. I mean, you can have whatever you like, man. Everything, man. Going on dates, have fun. That was the first time ever in my life I had a side piece and wasn't scared. I was going on dates. I was going to the park. I was going everywhere. I was doing me. Nigga, I was holding hands.
Hey, touch me. Hey, Conway. She had him under that spell, boy. All them candles.
Yo, and that bitch kicking around family and shit with his whole hands and shit.
Yeah, two clothes at the window holding hands and shit.
Hey, yo, probably had little charms and necklaces and shit.
Yo, I had that shit. That's what I started.
And you probably was going to all the well lit spots and all that shit. Go all down the harbor and shit, going stupid.
She did.
Yo,
Yo,
she introduced me to Sage. I mean, this was like a straight spiritual type girl, and it was just like I just felt bad about how I was doing.
Shit.
And I ain't really, huh?
I said that was the problem right there. She introduced you to Sage. But
that's a whole other shit on the bed before y'all fuck. You know,
I mean, all that shit. I mean, and it was always like a nice aroma in our room. Look, I'm saying aroma. You feel me? It was potpourri, nothing. It was like that real candle shit.
The feng shui.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Made that shit ourselves.
Yeah, it definitely was, boy. But I just know that was one of the first times that was like I literally prayed to God and went to God and said, "Yo, you gotta stop this because I can't stop this. I can't tell this girl I want to be with her. You feel me? Keep talking to her." And I was killing it. Not her coochie. I'm talking about how I was doing with them. But that was cool. But yeah, yo, she was getting ready to win.
How you stop talking to her?
How I stopped talking to her out the blue. This is like keeping it 100. God started making us argue over dumb shit, like who took off the ketchup top or who didn't flip the lid on the toilet.
My nigga was standing in the house.
Real big dumbass arguments started happening, and that's what I did.
Yeah, he talking like he was living with her. You talking like he was living with her,
man.
That nigga didn't even give a fuck. Like they arguing over toilet paper.
Listen, all the nights when he was like, "Hey, tell mommy I ain't never coming."
That's
home.
what he was getting ready to be. I had my own crib and shit. You feel me? Of course, I got my own crib now, but you feel me? It was man. Yeah, I was getting ready.
I'm happy you out, yo.
Arguing over dumbass shit.
I'm happy you out, yo.
Hey, yo. Get Out movie, man.
Nah,
But
man.
yeah, he was in the first one.
Boy, she instead of the teacup,
we was fussing on who didn't put the top on the ketchup.
Yeah.
I fucking died off of that, yo.
That's too full. That sound like two full blown relationships to me.
Yeah, like,
Right.
Listen, that was God. Like
That wasn't a
listen,
side
yo,
piece.
everything was
That
God.
wasn't no side piece. That was two full blown relationships.
I'm keeping it real, yo. Me and this girl ain't arguing about nothing. Well, at that time, my relationship was going downhill and all that shit. And I wasn't had a mature mind to just leave. So I was like, I mean, since I'm damn near getting,
so your main relationship kind of became your side piece. That's what that sound like.
Yeah, it was because I didn't want to go back home. Don't you know how your mother make you go home? You can't stay near your cousin's house. It was like that.
You don't still see this person. You don't
It was
still
like
know
that.
this person,
Can
dude.
I stay at my auntie house? Auntie got toys over there. I ain't know.
You still know that person?
Let me stop talking about you.
He said, "Are you still friends with that person?
Wait, what? It's like no.
Are you still friends with him?"
It's like no. No, I ain't friends with him. No, I ain't friends with him. No, I ain't friends with him no more.
Good.
Nah, because
I don't want to see you, and then you disappear and shit, podcast over and everything. Podcast.
He said he don't want to see you with part two. He said he don't want to see part two.
I started to go. Me and Dre started to go page.
Yeah.
my nigga, you know
She
what
was
I
a
mean?
wizard, yo. But nah, I ain't talked to her no more. I never see it.
Definitely
It's
a
been
wizard.
years.
Spells, boy.
All right, look here.
I put a spell on you, that old ass song.
Yo, Arkabot. Anyway, last topic
Mm.
for real. You feel me? You feel me? We're gonna take it there. We're gonna have a little fun with it. Yo, what's the longest session you ever had? You feel me? What is your longest sex session? Oh, and this
straight non-stop.
Hold on. I ain't done because I got the second part too. And you feel me? What you think is enough time for sex? Because you got some women who want you to wear them out all day long, all night, and then there's some girls who like you better get yours because it's over with. You feel me? Or is there there's something right in the middle? They say 45 minutes. So how long?
And I want everybody to be adults about this shit and don't lie.
Yeah. Yes. So Dre, what's your longest session, and what you think is the right amount of time for having sex? Because girls, we want you to with Bernie Spray, shut up, what's it done? Yeah. So
you can still talk.
The longest session, I don't know. You talking about like
sex,
just,
nigga?
I know that. But I'm just saying, just busting just once or just like.
No, I'm talking about your session. I'm talking about, you feel me? That it was that everybody had something like this. Let me give you a better example. I believe everybody had that special day with someone where y'all just smash. You feel me, for a long ass time. I mean, this one time you broke a record, maybe went an hour, 2 hours, and you didn't take the rhino. We talk about them moments.
Right.
I ain't talking about
The regular moment.
I ain't talking about him per se. I'm just saying it.
See, when you say session, I'm thinking you mean multiple times within a short time frame, like a day or a night, like that.
Yeah. All
Okay.
that count.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, you said an hour. You said an hour or two, so I'm trying to clarify.
I'm thinking that you probably bust somebody about 2 times every 30 minutes.
If that's the
or something.
case, we're gonna talk about probably a couple hours there.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
But that's like multiple.
Right, that's a session. A session would be multiple times in one time frame, like one night. How many times? That over time.
But now that I'm older, I would say now, yeah, you better get yours. I mean, half hour. You got half hour, 45 minutes top 45 minutes. Because I ain't got all day to be. And I'm talking about 45 minutes for everything.
You said for everything.
That's everything.
That's everything included.
Everything.
That's everything.
Let him finish his pack. Go ahead, Drake. Tell him to come in the Drake pack.
That's like a little massage. That's eating the kitty cat. That's doing multiple positions. And by all that, if you ain't got yours by then, I don't know what's going on your body.
Damn.
If you ain't got yours by then, you
45. All right. Cuz you up next.
Man.
Cuz you up next. What's your longest session?
I would say probably like, I don't want to say 2 hours. I'll be exaggerating. I say like a little over an hour or something like that.
Okay.
Or whatever. But I mean, and like, man, when I was young, I used to be doing that shit till my busting so many times and my dick be hurting.
Okay.
So I mean,
I ain't gonna get it checked out.
but now, like Dre said, I mean, you scratch 10 minutes off of that. So you got for the Gary package, you got a good
The Gary package
35. I might, I might can be out of breath and push you 40.
Okay.
Or whatever.
I mean,
But again, you talking about one time, or you talking about multiple times in a night? That's what I'm saying. Like,
no,
you said 35 nonstop. You said 35 nonstop.
You got it right. No. What I was I think that's what he was saying. But what I was saying is, what's your longest section? And I'm talking about, how it was when we was young. And then I'm talking about right now, what you think is a long enough time to have sex? And he said,
oh, okay,
35. I can push it to 40.
All right. And I ain't gonna lie, Tierra. You keep seeming like you're ready, so you go ahead and answer. What's your
no, I mean, because I'm confused because they're giving low numbers, so that's why I was trying to clarify. That's what I was trying to clarify. Now, if we're talking about
I'm really we really.
No, I mean if we're talking about one time,
say no.
Like if we're talking about one time, foreplay, sex, whatever,
that one time,
then I'm gonna say an hour for one non-stop time, an hour. But if you ask me what was my longest session, quote unquote,
what's your longest session?
One night I've done 9 hours, 9 hours in one night.
You said.
So I ain't gonna lie, me and this guy who we liked each other since high school, right? So that was 23 years ago for me. And 2 years ago, 21, we finally hooked up, right? So we rented a hotel room, and I'm gonna say we got there like 9, but we was like drinking and stuff till like midnight. But once we started, it was to checkout time. We ain't go sleep that night. Like, but it's of course it's not a non-stop session. I'm talking about have sex, take a break, have sex again, take a break, have sex again, take a break. That's what I'm talking. That's a session for me. That's why when he said 35 minutes, I said, are you talking about one time or are you talking about for a night? Just 35 minutes. That's what I was trying to clarify.
No, you were talking about one time.
Yeah, just one time.
We just talking about one time.
Okay. An hour. An hour is sufficient.
I did big 9.
Like I used to.
Yeah, an hour is sufficient.
So, but but put your helmet on for that 35 minutes. I tell you that.
Not put your helmet on.
Get it.
See, I think 35 is too short for me. I'm sorry. You're talking about everything. You're saying everything. Like he said, massage, foreplay, everything. You're saying 35 minutes.
Hold up.
Massage, foreplay, sex. You saying 35 minutes.
No, I don't know about the.
He didn't break down his package.
Gonna be something extra for me.
Oh, all right. Because Drake said he got all that in 45 minutes.
Yeah, he said he got all that in 45 minutes.
Everything's an accelerated process.
I'm gonna do the massage first.
That's 10 minutes.
Okay, that's why I said it's done everything.
And then the 35, I guess.
Okay.
Top of it. I guess
that's sufficient. That's sufficient.
I'm gonna do that first.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that first.
All right, Bree, you up next. So what about you? Your session and what you take all the time?
You said what's the longest time? I don't know if y'all heard me. I said all night long.
That's what I'm saying. All night.
But that's like Richard.
All night. And I'm not young. I'm 40, so I'm talking about all night. I need all night.
But one session I would say about an hour. But this is what men got to understand about women is that it takes time for our bodies to kind of warm up. So we need the foreplay. We need the intimacy beforehand. You can't just be ready to dive in. It takes time for us to warm up. So yeah, we need a good 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
might be a dive in night.
But then I need round 2. First round's for you. Second.
There you go. Multiple rounds. That's a requirement.
So what about you, Conway? What's your longest sex session? And what's your time limit right now?
My longest, I ain't gonna lie, was on some like similar to her. Was on some some magic that night. It was like $140, and that was a good night. I was younger too, but now outside of I ain't gonna give my man that. But if you talking about like without the foreplay and all that shit, you get a good 45. Good 45. That better be on a good night. But there's some people out here that on female side that they coming before you coming. So
well, women can multiple times.
Right. I was going to say
after you get your multiple or whatever, and then I get my one.
And then understand there's a difference between us coming and us having an orgasm.
Right.
Hey, look.
You're talking about round 1. We need multiple rounds. You're talking about round 1.
At my age,
the best.
right now, I could do the multiple rounds.
Okay.
But if you talking about you want to go to to the moon and all that shit. You gotta check me out, you're yeah, we gotta do all that, like 9 hours. Motherfucker. Your whole
Yeah,
point
because
is
me personally, I need multiple rounds. For me personally, one round is not sufficient for me. I need multiple rounds.
a nigga 40 right now.
I'm 40. So anybody dealing with over 40.
So what I'm saying, like, so these niggas ain't doing that shit off of no regular life and experiences. These niggas is taking something right now.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. If that's what you got to do, that's fine.
My man reached there without the motherfucking Cameron pink potion. You know what I mean?
Whatever you need is fine. Whatever you need to help you is fine.
Now on a
you want to die in the middle of, I would die doing sex.
I ain't gonna lie though, man. If I needed to, I'd be popping the shit out some Viagra or something.
Yeah,
if I needed to, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling my bad.
If that's what you need to do.
It's that Hennessy, bro.
Eat more fruit.
Hennessy works too. Hennessy works too.
For me, my long. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The mushroom shit.
For me, my longest session, I probably had to say just like how yours was, Tierra. I'd never forget. Just having a hotel room. You feel me? And it was a girl who I was waiting to get, and it was like it was a situation where like I didn't know when I was going to see it again, so I had no choice but to be all night. That thing was voluptuous. You feel me? So I she was fat to death. So I mean, yeah, I had to, you know what I'm saying, keep that for the whole night. I don't even think I probably went to sleep probably like 30 minutes or something, shit like that. Like it was time for us to leave and shit. She came from Pennsylvania and shit. You probably know what I'm talking about too. That one little short, but yeah, that was about it. And then right now, oh yeah, I'm trying to think, because I
you're in shape now.
Yeah, that
right. You out this bitch.
That's what I'm saying, because I'm like, man, I be for a long time sometimes. Yeah. I see what I'm saying. I be for a long time sometimes. Sometimes it take me about 45 minutes to get my thing off. Not even, of course, you won't bust, of course, but it take me about 45 minutes. You feel me? To
get
because I say about 30, 45 minutes. I don't think 30 though. I think 40 because no, because Howdy was, because he be clowning me like, yo, you can't make love to anybody, so that's why my sex be long. That kissing and all that. So that's why it be long.
Campbell and this shit. Everybody.
That's why my shit be long, because you feel hey, you can't make love to anybody, but that's why my shit be long. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'll be like, that's like about, I'm gonna give myself 50 minutes. I'm gonna say myself 50 minutes.
That's why you had that motherfucking crazy one, you heard? And that bitch made love to her. And she hit you with the potion.
Hey, yeah. Oh, her right there. I ain't gonna talk about that. Her, we used to have sex because she used to cast spells on me. But anyway, there's been another episode of That's the Little Goes. You feel me? We're gonna go around. Then of course tell people they can find you at. You know, go ahead, Tierra. You go first. Where do people can find you at?
Chinky T on Instagram. That's CHINKIE_T. Chinky T on Instagram.
Okay. Next up, Bree. What about you?
You can follow my business page, Deli Bread Catering. My personal page is Bernicia Ann. Instagram is lovingme_0389.
All right, Conway, you up next.
Well, yeah, you can find me I'll find me on all social medias underneath of Talk to Him Con, TALKTOOEMCON. You can follow my business page underneath of Aniz Rugs, ANIZRUGS. You.
Okay. And as always, excuse me, damn, it's been another great episode of That's the Way Love Goes. You feel me? Go ahead, KG, tell them where to find us on another platform.
Oh man, all the platforms, LVGS 360. You want to tell them changing it?
No, keep on with the YouTube.
But you know, all platforms, man. You know, LBGS 360, man. Cash App too.
You feel me? I'm Aubrey Savage Jr.
Oh, KG Williams.
And of course, my man.
I'm Dre, and you can find me at your mama house drinking up all the Kool-Aid.
It could be possible.
No kids.
See you next week. Good night, everybody.